as expected. Referee today is Chris Kendall. Video referee, if required, is Jack Smith. Well, it may only be round 3, but this is a game that could have a bearing on playoff places come the final reckoning in September. There might not be too many points between them when they get to this stage. Could be the difference between a place or two, or even making the playoffs. Who knows? It is Yorkshire pride against Catalonian passion, and this should be fun. The rain's abated a little. There's still a drizzle that hangs lightly in the air. There's no sign of sunshine in amongst those grey clouds above us, but we'll take it. Heavy pitch. We've seen plenty of those in the first couple of weeks of Super League as well, so no surprises. First boot of the ball is from Jordan Abdul, and first clumsy error is from Lockie Miller, returning into the lead side after that hand injury, that hand problem that left him out last week.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dave. Good afternoon, everyone. That's not the Jordan Abdul kick we expected to force an error from Lachlan Miller. Obviously missed with illness. Jordan Abdul's kicking out of hand, exceptional. Not a particularly nasty kick-off, and a mistake that just gifts the Catalan Dragons an opportunity so early in the game. An opportunity they just wouldn't be expecting to have, Dave.
Well, remember that the Catalans a little unsettled by the late withdrawal of Mike McMeekan with an injury problem, but it gives Julian Busquets, who's got the ball in his hand now, the chance to start the game. We were expecting him to be on the bench. He started last week. Ulrich da Costa out of dummy half, a tester here. Romain Navarrete leads under pressure right from the start. Here's da Costa, Garcia the skipper. A little bit of mud flicking up from his boots as he steps back on the inside, which tells you a little about the heaviness of this pitch. It's with da Costa again, taken in by Abdul, looking wide, Moore shakes one off, looking all the way to Johnston. Johnston seeks a path back on the inside, but all he finds is unfriendly foe, ready to stop him in a muscular fashion. Da Costa, little shrug of the shoulders. Leeds hanging on. They're full of energy in these early stages, of course, so they'd expect to hold out. But Abdul now teases a potential kick, puts the pass away instead to Sirinen. And last play, oh, that's knocked off. Well, 2 clumsy errors, and the last of those gives Leeds some light relief.
Yeah, Leeds will be delighted with how they're defended. It's just an error in the ruck from Sirinen. Sirinen, who's had a bright start to his time at the Catalan Dragons. Leeds Rhinos and Ron Smith will be just delighted with that defensive effort. Catalan have got so many threats. Artur Morg on that left-hand side looked like he was going to break Leeds down. They stripped them for numbers, but their defensive effort there is what they're going to need. If they want to compete with Catalan, Wigan, St Helens, the big teams, they've got to defend like that.
Well, it's going to be Leeds who get the possession here, looking to clear their grounds, and as they do, Jenna has some information down on the touchline. Jenna.
Yeah, Dave, I do, just on Mike McMeekan. He was injured in the warm-up. I'm told it's a lower back injury. So, as you said, Julian Busquets starts. Paul Seguier is moved to the bench, and you've got Mathieu Leguer, the 18th man.
Thank you, Jenna. 18th man, of course, this season is more relevant than it has been in past years because their chance of influencing the game is a little more likely with the new rules, of course. We'll explain if and when it happens. That's a good offload. Well, it would have been if he'd have found a man. A little bit of a scramble, and Lockie Miller has to recover a bit of ground. Falling with a pass over the top. My goodness, this is a little loose, but this is Leeds, and they're looking to play from deep.
That is loose, and that...
Oh, there's an offload that is given away. Given away to Theo Fage.
And that's the issue, maybe, with playing hot and playing from deep in your own half, is that you can just gift possession to teams, and it's a gift here for Catalan Dragons.
Navarrete with the drive, so that's just a gift for Fage. And here's Fage again, trying to help create as Sirinen is put down. Da Costa, Fage. Again, there's plenty on that left-hand side, but they track back towards the middle with Navarrete. 3 to the right of Da Costa, the rest all lined up on that left-hand side. The play the ball's a little sluggish. Fage with a short pass. Was it forward? The South Stand thinks it was. Busquets gets the offload. Fage receives. So last play again here, Catalan. They've had a couple of these already. on this Leeds line. Abdul with a chip over the top. It's a jump from in the field of play. It's a nicely measured kick that forces Leeds into a dropout.
Yeah, it's a delicate touch from Jordan Abdul. Sam Tompkins referenced the disguise. Well, he can pass or kick that ball. He kicks it so delicately. It's perfectly judged. It's literally inch perfect. Lewis Roberts has to jump from in the field, and Artur Romano with a fantastic chase. But it's not just the big booming kicks from Jordan Abdul that get you. It's the delicacy and the intricacy of his kicking game and the variety that blows my mind.
Well, 5 minutes played so far, and everything has been at this end of the field, hasn't it, so far? A couple of Leeds errors, just giving Catalan opportunities here to build some pressure again. Da Costa left to Garcia. Bounces in and bounces out and has another go and makes himself a handful. 5 to go. 15 metres to cover. Da Costa again. Abdul once more. Inside for Busquets. Busquets just pushing and urging away, but 3 defenders doing their job. Da Costa skipping left to Abdul. Abdul with a dummy. Can't trick his way through. So Catalan reshape, go again. Da Costa, huge gap there. But it has recovered the Leeds defence in magnificent fashion. It looked too good to be true there for Da Costa, but my goodness, how Leeds recovered well. Abdul again, the kick is a little flat. And it's taken superbly by Momorowski, and Leeds have it back.
Yeah, Leeds have defended the line superbly well, structurally really well, but you've got to come up with big tackles as well. And this is just a huge tackle from captain Cameron Smith. Those are the efforts in big games that matter, those big defensive efforts. Look, Catalan have had a lot of pressure, Dave, at the opening start of this game, but Leeds have defended resolutely.
Under the pump, but now looking to get themselves the other end. Ash Handley, what a night catcher he's been in the opening couple of weeks. What is it, 3 tries now, 2 of those absolutely just about the length of the field.
The one here against Salford was mesmerically good, fantastic.
Watching on, I thought a fire-esque, and I'm sure if Martin's watching he'd disagree with that, but I thought a fire-esque, that second one the other week. Kick taken safely enough by Yaha, and Fuhad Yaha brings it back, and Catalan for the first time having to go from deep inside their own half with possession.
Yeah, and this is where maybe Tom Davis is a big miss. The TNT, Tom Davis and Tom Johnston, the amount of work and the quality of the work those two get through. It's obviously Fuhad Yaha in that position, but Catalan don't struggle getting out of the half, Dave.
Sims on the halfway line when he's put down on tackle 3, and Busquets will take it forward. So they're eating up the yards here just at the moment. Da Costa again, Farge waiting and willing in the middle again. It's the flat pass that Navarrete tries to make the most out of. 1 to go. Where's Abdul? This is going to be a tester again. You'd think, oh, are they going to run it? They are. Well, up to a point. Now it's put high. Now comes the jump. Johnston almost gets there. Ball goes to ground. Leeds have it back. And it's a knock-on by Tom Johnston. So Leeds will have possession. Oh, here we go. There we go. James Bentley in the middle of that. Surprise, surprise.
James Bentley's in the middle of it. Just with the scraggly headband on. The West Yorkshire warrior, James Bentley. He's always in the mix, Dave. There's something going on. There's niggle going on.
He might be innocent here, John.
He's in the mix, I'm telling you.
Innocent until proven guilty. Oh, hang on.
It's Tariq Sims on the floor. Cops an elbow off James Bentley. It's Artur Romano. He's not having it, Artur Romano. He's straight in. Not that Tariq Sims needs much support in that situation.
Yes.
Well, the video ref's getting involved here.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. Well, James Bentley feels like Tariq Sims has hit him high. There's an argument that there is contact with James Bentley's head. It's obviously accidental from Tariq Sims. The question is...
Let's hear what the ref says.
Tariq Sims. I need James Bentley as well. Yeah. Right. The penalty is against Tariq Sims, contact with the floor, contact with the head on the floor. We don't need that. Okay, I'm done with you, thank you. You then retaliate. I don't need that either, so I'm now done with you, all right? Lads, we're now maybe 6 minutes into the game. We've already had players running in. We can't have that anymore, or players are going to be sat down. Is that clear? All good? Cheers.
Well, the applause around the ground, I think, is for the fact that no card was brandished.
Chris Kendall.
Hurrah! Hurrah!
Just how to referee a situation 101 by Chris Kendall. It's an accidental contact on the floor. James Bentley reacts. Rugby league's an attritional aggressive sport. And I think he's managed that situation incredibly well.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, let's see Tariq Sims and James Bentley going at it this afternoon, Dave.
Might not be their last point of contact. So Leeds, having survived that latest scare with a chance to bring it clear. Akers having a little look around.
Balls on the field,
Two
boys.
balls on the field.
Just get rid of that one. Tackle one.
Johnston
Okay,
just
tackle
clearing
one, back on.
that second ball away. And Leeds having to do it tough from deep here.
Get square! Hold! Go, two. Well done.
It'll move back towards his left-hand side and Reece Martin. A wrestle going on to make sure that Martin can't spring and go. Here it comes with Sangaré. Justin Sangaré, the French international.
Hold. Go,
Back to Akers. Croft steps back on the inside, tries to pick a little bit of a path for himself.
Look early, boys. Go, five.
Last play, Akers delivers to Frawley. Frawley's left boot, sticks it high. Archer Morg is underneath. He had to wait an age for that to come down, but he's done well to evade the first defender, but not the second and third.
It was a good kick from Frawley, amazing depth and a quality chase from Leeds. Arthur Morg skipping past one defender, but there's a number of Leeds defenders on the scene to make a tackle. Really interesting, actually. For me, Matt Frawley coming into Leeds, not a glamorous player, and it's a difficult job for him to almost stand out, but look for him doing just the basic things fantastically well. That's what he's in the team to do.
That half-back combination has been needing a fix for a while. They thought they had it fixed a couple of years ago, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It seems to have balance. Croft is just really dangerous when he runs the ball, he takes defensive lines on, and then Frawley maybe pulling the strings in the background. On appearances, it works.
There's Busquets on the fifth. So again, Abdul employs that left foot, and it's inside the 40 when he lets it fly. So for that reason, Lockie Miller has to be careful, and he is. And Leeds do have it back. But look at the chase here from Catalan. Lewis Roberts is going nowhere.
It's a gorgeous kick again from Jordan Abdul, just off the outside of his boot, spinning it towards the sideline, almost like a golf shot. Fantastic variety of kicks, and it just puts Leeds in a tricky spot. Now Leeds have to lose shape. A lot of the outside backs come in. That stops them being able to move the ball like we showed before the game.
Akers going right. Goudemont against his former teammates. Takes it forward. And here comes the skipper, Cameron Smith. Akers having a look left. Frawley was left, but Akers is going to kick out a dummy half again behind a 40-metre mark, but they're not going to catch Catalan out because Johnston's back there. Morg had it covered as well. Johnston up towards the 30. That's well met, but he's still managed to nibble an extra yard or two out of that after contact.
Yeah, I enjoy watching Catalan come out of the half. See Food Yaha carry the ball, strong ball carriers, but they've got a variety as well. Tom Johnston's agility and footwork, Food Yaha's strength, and then the big men. This is Sirenen coming out of the cannon.
Well, again, 3 tackles and halfway reached. Da Costa, Garcia puts it back on the inside again. That's it's a good offload into the hands of Fage, but he's not going too far. Leeds defence is efficient. Da Costa. Big men again pawing the ground here to get them going forward. Navarrete on that occasion.
Don't spoil the set, boys. Wait.
Where's Abdul? Where's Abdul? In fact, they're going the other way. Back to Fage. It's Fage who hoists it high. Hanley underneath it, times it well, and bounces up and gets his side an extra 5 metres or so. What a start to the year he's having.
Oh, Ash Hanley outstanding. And it's not, we show the tries that he scores, the length of the field tries that capture the headlines, but it's his leadership, his consistency and his quality in the moments that matter, Dave, which impressed me. That's why he's such a quality player for this Leeds Rhinos team and one of their leaders now in the dressing room.
Oh dear.
It's a second, Dave.
Yeah. It's a big error again. Well, he's making the errors at the wrong end of the field as well, isn't he?
It's just a sloppy grip on the ball. He never had a grip on that. And when it's as wet as it is and there's so much mud out there, it's just, you can't grip the ball like that in this country in February and expect to keep hold of it. It's a poor error there from Lockie Miller. And that puts his Leeds defensive line under yet more
Lads, let's keep
pressure.
the discipline where it's at, yeah? Good response, it's good. Stay where we're at.
Referee sets the
Heads in,
scrum.
boys. Let's go, ball in.
Shot clock stops with 2 seconds to go. And here come Catalan with 6 plays to have a go. And taking it with Sims to 15 away. Here comes Da Costa, back inside for Fage. This time it will be Navarrete again, using all his muscularity to edge his side just a little closer. Da Costa to Fage. Fage now back on the inside field. Garcia, well, great hit, good contact. The ball springs free, and Cameron Smith rather, with a really good hit.
Yeah, it's been an amazing start from Cameron Smith. He's carried the ball, but what about that for contact? We talk about tackle height. Well, he dropped his levels and drove straight through the ribs of Garcia. And in greasy conditions like this, it's such an effective way to win the ball back. Exceptional contact and a fantastic start in this game for Cam Smith. Some strong carries, some variation with his ball movement, but most importantly for him, solid contact in his defence.
But I would say
Okay, boys, let's get ready, pat down.
not sure of
Heads in, wait for the outcome.
the actual stats on this, but I would say 80% of this game now has been played inside the Leeds half. They've had to carry from deep, they've had to tackle deep.
Yeah, they just can't keep making errors and allowing Catalan time in this area of the field.
One, move, Ben! Wait, Ulrich's hold.
So here comes Ackers. Have a little go. He's got a glossy hairstyle these days, hasn't he, Andy Ackers?
Slick.
Lovely beard as well. He's looking nice. Back on the inside for Bentley. Bentley trying to throw off the attentions of Sims, unable to do so. Words exchanged, I'm sure, on the floor there. Smith to Frawley. Reece Martin. Now it comes further left. Momirovski. Big scythed down by Ikuvalu.
It was a nice defensive read from Ikuvalu.
Handley. Croft. Oh, again, it's a mistake, and again inside their own half.
James, don't join!
Croft was claiming that there was maybe a hand there from Catalan, but it was a half-hearted appeal to cover up for that. And Catalan are going again here.
Yeah, it was almost half-eyed from Brodie Croft. He's wandering, looking for somebody to punch for him, looking for somebody to hit a hole. There was nobody there. And it just gave the Catalan defenders an enormous amount of time to get hands on him.
That's a reflection of the way the game has gone so far, that the South Stand at the moment is fairly quiet, fairly subdued, because they are watching their side, having to soak up quite a bit of pressure here.
Yeah, it's good defensive practice, but you feel like pressure eventually will break this Leeds line.
Abdul with a little grubber kick along the ground, and he's got it back, and it's another set of 6. Croft tried to get there, but his intervention has just given Catalan possession once again. Garcia now will take it forward. They can set a platform here. Plenty of time to go with ball in hand. Back to Fage. It's with Morg. Just trying to feed it back on the inside. Archie Morg lining up in that position. Oh, there's a flat pass. Navarrete. Da Costa. Busquets to his left, but he's going to go behind him to Fage. Fage now, little dancing steps and almost getting over. Just held up short. It's the helmet that hits the line, not the ball. So he plays it again. Da Costa. Here's Abdul. Abdul with a kick, Johnson with a chase. Johnson catches in midair, flicks it away. Bentley knocks it back. Leeds have it back. And, you know, full marks to Leeds. But how much is this sucking out of Catalan's belief that they've had so much pressure on that Leeds line and haven't been able to breach it?
Well done, Leeds Rhinos. Just a great collective defensive effort. Just to paint the picture, 84 tackles for the Leeds Rhinos thus far, only 29 for Catalan Dragons. We've got Sangare, Smith and Ackers all in double figures for tackles made. Now, they've done really well, and they've controlled Catalan and not really looked at threat. But that can pinch you at the back end of halves if the work rate's way too high.
17 minutes played and still scoreless, but if it was a boxing match, and how many times have you heard that analogy down the years, then it will be Catalan on points at the moment. But that matters little. Here's Morg with a catch, looking for the return.
Surrender! Go on, that was a good line.
Yaha. A bit of a spring in his step, but not for long.
Yeah,
belted.
Yeah, Leeds just being burnt in the tackles department, Dave. The game's tight, isn't it, aside from that? And I just feel like the team that can control possession as well and just get settled and control the ball will get some points.
So Romano, 40 out. Da Costa and now Garcia. Garcia sees a bit of a gap. He almost hesitated there. Just a little bit of footwork to try and maybe prise that gap open a little further. It's left with Abdul. Abdul again is going for a kick. They're putting a lot of pressure on the winger Roberts, and they get their reward in as much as they get the ball back here, all things being equal.
Yeah, they're just building pressure, just tiring Leeds out. It's another accurate kick. You know, Jordan Abdul, when he grubbered in the set before and regathered, that was only the third tackle. But this is building pressure. But you feel psychologically, strangely, you feel like Catalan have got to score. They have to turn this pressure into some points. Jordan Abdul can kick all he wants to Lewis Roberts, but they need to get that ball over the whitewash.
Oh, it's a tricky one for Yaha. He did well in the end. There's a fear there that had he not got that the ball was heading towards the touchline, but there were a couple of his teammates behind him. But Catalan setting up camp once again. Have they got the wherewithal? Have they got the craft to find a way through on this occasion? Seguier started the day as 18th man, but now off the bench as an interchange player. Garcia straightening in again.
Gosh, he's good.
Da Costa. Was he looking for a return pass? Maybe he was, but Leeds making sure the ball is pinned to the chest. So last play Catalan, behind the back of Busquets. Abdul puts it back on the inside again. They're going to crush it through the middle, or attempt that anyway. And no way through that Leeds defence. That simply refuses to be prized open at the moment.
Yeah, it's just so solid from Leeds. Catalan maybe not asking so many questions and just being content with being camped down at this end. You know, almost setting up to kick the ball and to build some pressure. But the more Leeds defend, the more confidence they'll get. As long as they don't run out of energy, could backfire on Catalan.
Just need some of that oil you can rub on the back of your neck when it starts to stiffen up, because we've been looking in one direction for the opening 20 minutes here.
Open square! With me, Ben, all the way.
Hackers
Go free, well done, Ben.
just waiting. Croft back to the middle again, but Catalan's defence again is working here. Leeds, with 4 tackles gone, find themselves still very much deep inside their own half. Reece Martin can't change that situation by very much, so they're going to rely on a kick again here. Croft's in position, but it comes left to Frawley. Frawley's kick should be a fairly straightforward return. More back to Johnston. Johnston looking to try and stretch them over on that left-hand side, but Leeds doing their job well.
How good the NRL's in Las Vegas, Dave. Can't wait for that. We're in Leeds, not Las Vegas. I'll tell you what, Catalan have developed so quickly as a club. It feels like a long time, doesn't it? But in the last 4 or 5 years, they've really developed. And you know what it's built on? The defence. I believe they've just become such a solid defensive team. Very difficult to break down, and that's often the difference between the top sides and the bottom sides. It's just that appetite and willingness to defend.
Benaguas, who's put his money where his mouth is down the years, supporting this Catalan side. Going to have to put a bit more money in, isn't he, next time? Because I think next year they have to pay for opponents to come and fly into Perpignan. So it's going to be more expensive to be the Catalan owner. Leeds again starting from deep, and I'm glad you reminded us we're in Leeds and not in Vegas, because
just for a minute
that has slipped my mind there, John.
Move remain. Go early, Paul. Ben wait.
Here's Croft. Bentley was the only man right, so it's fairly likely that he was going to come back to the middle. They're trying to force the pass through the hands of Momorowski, but the South Stand thought that was a tough call, but the ref saying handling error, went forward. And it will be Catalan back in possession again here.
It was a harsh call, wasn't it? Frawley fired it. It was an awful pass. It was a floaty, low, awful pass to Momorowski. Thought the ball went backwards off his hands. The referee's giving it the other way. It's just another error. That's 4 errors that Leeds have made in their own half. So we talk about possession and field position. Steve McNamara mentioned before the game the importance of possession, field position. Well, they haven't really had to work too hard for it. They've built a bit of pressure, but Leeds have gifted them some of that also. So it'll be certainly his plan executed so far.
Here's Garcia. It's like Groundhog Day at the moment, isn't it?
Move, Mikel!
Catalan knocking on the door.
God.
Leeds resolutely keeping it shut just at the moment. But with every new challenge at this end of the field,
Bentley, 10 metres.
size of the problem just gets a little larger for Leeds. Can they hold out? Da Costa. Fage back to Abdul. And here's Seguier.
Jody Cunningham mentioned it before the game. They've consistently hit short balls, haven't they? Been really direct.
Busquets. Fage. Oh, huge hit. He was lined up by Brodie Croft, and he did not miss. The pass wasn't really helpful there, was it, for Theo Fage?
Oh, Theo Fage was so flat. He was excited because he knew that Leeds were stripped for numbers. Brodie Croft had to make that tackle, Dave. They were so short outside him. He's come in, shut it down. What a shot from Brodie Croft.
Little fella on little fella, comparatively speaking, but still loads of impact, and that's woken up the South Stand as well. Suddenly they find a reason to get themselves very enthusiastic as Bentley takes it inside Catalan territory. Rare treat for Leeds to finish a set inside their opponent's half. Croft with a kick away, Morgan underneath it. Oh! Thought he was going to spill. I think he thought he was going to spill, but he's managed to keep a hold.
Yeah, can't emphasise the importance of that decision from Brodie Croft to be aggressive, to bend his back. See people flying recklessly. Well, he knew that Leeds right edge was desperately short. He needed to make a big tackle. Such a solid defensive display so far from Leeds.
Catalan marching on again here. Jordan Desiree on the field from the interchange bench. Da Costa takes it out, rides the challenge of Smith. Makes another 5-10 metres or so. And suddenly Catalan are coming forward with menace. Satai, another fresh from the bench. One play to go, and Catalan, having started deep, will finish deep at the other end as Abdul again puts it high. Another test here for Roberts. He comes forward, does well, but Leeds are starting right there with all that hard work ahead of them.
Yeah, and Leeds just need to focus on some ball control. They're down at 55% completion. Statistically, if you complete at 65% or less, you just don't win games. You just do not win a game. So they need to get that up to compete in this. They'll be delighted with how they're defending, Dave. Just doing so much of it.
It's Roberts again. Slow up to his feet. Lockie Miller had a dummy half. He's got potential, hasn't he, to dazzle us this year, Lockie Miller, with his Rugby Sevens background. But it's not really the time of year to do that on pitches like this.
Just keep hold of the ball.
Leeds looking wide on the 6. Martin looking for the grubber. Oh, and he's gone backwards. Another set. The referee says it was played out. Well, they rolled the dice there, to use that Vegas analogy. They rolled the dice, and it's come up just as they wanted it to, because they've got another set, and they're adventuring inside their opponent's half at the start of a set this time.
Yeah, Reece Martin grubbering on his own 40-metre line to regather himself is risky. Lockie Miller, adventurous offload, risky. It's all risky stuff from Leeds, but it might just pay off.
Croft back on the inside. Search going on here for a way through. Catalan defence's turn to have to work to just thwart their opponent's ambitions here. Smith with a quick pass away. McDonald, first game of the year for James McDonald. Back in the 17 today. Frawley puts it back to Croft, who thread one through. Yaha was slow to turn. The footwork is good, and I think Hanley's got that down. Referee's asking the question, but Yaha just so slow to get round, and I think, yeah, trying the field. I think it actually might have his 4th of the year.
But if he doesn't round the ball, I'm looking for a penalty try. But my live call is a try.
It's tackle 4, we've got a try. We're checking grounding, please. First thing, the kick. Falls it on the foot. Yes, ball on foot. Chases to the left or onside. Just see what Reece Martin's involvement is. Play this through. Yeah, he's going to be outside 10, so we can go through to Hanley collecting the ball here. Something close in from the other side, please. From front on. Yeah, this one will be great. Right, the contact's already made here by Yaha. Just go back on this angle, please. Just a little bit further. Just establish that. Right, yeah, run it through now, please. Right, ball's kicked by Hanley. And he's then tackled. Let's see what Hanley does now. That ball gather, we might need something from behind the post to see if he regathers that ball. Yeah, back on this angle. He gathers that ball, and is the ball grounded? Yeah. Does he ground this ball afterwards? And that ball appears to get down. This angle's going to be our best if we just go back and run this one through. If he doesn't score, we have got Yaha tackling him. Let's just see if he scores. He's always got possession of that ball. The ball's never lost. And we'll pause the ball on the floor. And the ball is grounded. Thank you, I've made my decision.
So here comes the decision here. Ash Handley. It's going to be his 4th of the year. Here we go. Try given. Ash Handley scored a couple of screamers. He's scored a couple close in as well. He doesn't mind how he scores them. Yeah. He only managed 11 tries last year. He's on 4 already.
Yeah, 4 important tries. Look, it's the first real kick that Brodie Croft's put in. It's really smart because he uses the shape to bring forward Yaha up on the end of the line. I'm sure Sam Tompkins might have an opinion on where Archie Morg is in this picture. It's Frawley to Croft. The kick's inch perfect. And after the bombardment from Jordan Abdul's boot, it's Croft who crafts one there for Hanley.
Well, Rhys Martin would have preferred if it was a penalty try because he'd have had a kick underneath the sticks. Very often it doesn't matter where the kick is from Rhys Martin's point of view, but on this occasion he puts it wide. We've had all those statistics, John. We've had time in possession, we've had where the game's been played, we've had tackle counts, we've had goal line dropouts, but only one stat matters. Leeds 4, Catalan 0.
Yeah, and it's the psychological blow of that try. It's a fantastic kick from Croft and a chase from Hanley. But Catalan have had all that pressure, had a load of time with so much proximity to the Leeds line and come up with nothing. Leeds go up the other end, one opportunity to score. Just want to mention that came off Brodie Croft's tackle. Brodie Croft jams in, smokes Theo Farge, gets his team ball back with a great defensive read, then goes down the other end, smacks a play, makes a great kick, try. That's just such good quality from Brodie Croft.
Our eagle-eyed statistician Ian Proctor points out, by the way, that that's Rhys Martin's first miss of the season in terms of conversions of penalties. So takes the pressure off, doesn't it, the longer it goes on.
Move our roots!
But what a counter-punch. What a counter-punch from Leeds.
Yeah, just exactly what you want. You've absorbed all of that pressure. It's taken all the energy out. And then how energised do you get when you go up the other end of the field and score?
Croft's inside ball, and slipping through goes Goodemon. Not going much further. But look where Leeds are again now, and they're on the last, and they've got numbers on that right-hand side. Can they exploit this? Newman with a step. Newman leads his second try, if he's got it down.
Just relax.
Referee's having a close look here.
Come away. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but it's a GPS. Is that yours?
His GPS has fallen over.
Time off.
We're back to the video ref.
Jacket is tackled 5. I have a try.
Here's
Checking
Jack
round
Smith.
him, please.
It's tackle 5, we've got a try on field. We're checking grounding, please. Newman's in possession at this point. It's going towards the ground. And it goes green there, you can't quite see that. So we've got anything else? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do Chris. Just establishing that. It's grainy on this angle as well. Can't see the ball that way. You go back so we can just piece together where the ball is, please. Right, yeah, I can see it between the legs. The ball's there. No, I've got no view of ball. Got any other angles to see if we can see the ball? And yeah, I don't see the ball on that one. I think our front angle might be our best angle. Yeah, this one. With a live call a try, are they the only angles that we've got? They're going to be our best angles. We have got contact with the head from Sims as well, so we are evaluating that. Just seeing if the ball has been grounded or not. This angle might show us. Right, we lose the ball underneath him again on that. The player is descending to score. Are they going to be our best available angles? Right. We lose the ball on sight, so we're going with a live call on the grounding, Chris. But there is foul play in the act of scoring by Tariq Sims. The player is going down, but with a live call of try, it will be an 8-point try. Thank. You can say thank you, I've made my decision.
So we go back to the referee's gut instincts again, because nothing there clear enough for the video referee to make a definitive call. But the referee on the field suspected it was a try, so it is now a try. And as you probably heard there, the contact from Tariq Sims has turned this into an 8-point try. And that means the kick from the touch and then one underneath the sticks for Rhys Martin.
Yeah, how
we say an 8-point try, he might miss both kicks. It might still be a 4-point try. Potentially an 8-point try.
Rhys Martin's the man you want to be kicking these. So accurate with the boot.
Well, Rhys Martin is trying to... Here we go. Let's have a listen to this.
There is some mitigation because the player is going to score, so that brings it from red to yellow. So it's 10 minutes in the bin.
10 minutes in the sin bin for Tariq Sims. Yellow card.
Yeah, as this replay goes on, Tariq Sims has been sent to the sin bin, but it's a great break from Gudemond. It's Bentley with soft hands to Newman. How good's Harry Newman been at the start of the year? Such a dangerous ball carrier. And Tariq Sims has been sent for that head contact. So they've reviewed it, they've looked at it and decided that's 10 minutes. Just caught Newman high. Obviously, no intent in it at all. He's just covering, he's desperate, he's scrambling like mad to get hold of Harry Newman. He's got 10 minutes to sit that out.
Well, that'll take him to half-time, won't it? Because the clock tells us it was just about spot on the 30-minute mark when he was shown that yellow card. Give or take a second or two. So Rhys Martin has missed one so far today. Difficult from the touchline. Here comes his second attempt from the other touchline, which he has missed. But all the Catalan players jogging downfield ready for the kick-off, but in fact they'll have to go back because as a 2-goal kick try, it means that Rhys Martin gets another go, and this time right underneath the sticks, and he'll kick this one.
Yeah,
he'll kick this one.
Certainly will, yeah. What an interesting start to the game. Catalan, so much pressure. Just couldn't do anything with it, Dave, and then it's just a deadly blow from Leeds. 2 deadly blows from Leeds. This is simple for Rhys Martin.
Oh, there we go. Rhys Martin up and running. Leeds lead by 10 points to 0. I mean, it's incredible how quickly a match can turn, isn't it? The opening 26 minutes. It's Catalan's game. They're camping inside the Leeds half.
Yeah, and it's just ball movement. And once the ball gets down to those Leeds edges, you've got Ash Hanley on one side and Harry Newman on the other. It just gives you half-backs an out. Bentley just hands it on to Newman. And I'm a big believer that your centres need to beat players. They need to be strong enough to actually beat a defender. We're not always about creating space and overlaps. Sometimes as a centre you've got to go beat somebody, and that's what Harry Newman does as well as anybody in our competition. It's a momentous shift in this game. Such a strong start for the Catalan Dragons, and Leeds have just turned the heat up.
Abdul with a restart. Catalan are wondering what on earth has just happened. What on earth has just happened? Well, what's happening here? Leeds are going with those big passes. Jenna, I think we've got some injury news, have we?
Yeah, I do. John says that Leeds have turned the heat up as the rain pours down. It's really, really wet out there. Of course, the ball a bit greasy. But yeah, just an update on Bailey Siren, and he came off after 20 minutes. He's been getting treatment on his left calf. It's now strapped. They're going to further assess it at the break, but he may not return. But I'll have an update for you soon.
Well, again, it's a blow for Catalan. The absence of Mike McMeekin didn't show itself in that opening 25 minutes, but oh, there's a ball steal. Johnson has it back.
Well, it was Bentley trying to tip it on. He was trying to just find some space, playing hot, like Rowan Smith likes. Just trying to find an opportunity on that edge. It was on. Tom Johnson just reads it, snatches it off him. Thanks for coming.
Here's Satay.
One, move, Cam!
Da Costa steadying himself. 7 minutes of the half remaining. Desiree.
It's not a bad bench for Catalan, is it? You bring Desiree on, he started the year so well. You've got Chris Satay, again, just such power off that bench.
Segway as well, who's here now. He arrived from the bench, having started the day, as we said, as 18th man, but very much involved now. Garcia heading back with a little bit of intent. You could see him shuttling towards where he thought there was a perceived opening. It's with Abdul again, and Farge with the quick hands, and the hands were quick as well from Ikravalu, but they didn't have control. And Leeds, well, how many times have we said it? 10 metres from their own line, survived.
Yeah, it's good defence, it's connected defence. Momorowski goes in, Ash Handley follows him in. If you've got to be connected on the end of the line there, otherwise you get caught out. Sharp defence. Cavallo couldn't find the pass to unlock Leeds' defence. But there's scoreboard pressure on Catalan now. They were conservative, happy to build pressure. Rolling kicks into the in goal, chasing, applying pressure to the Leeds line. And there's just that little bit more urgency to score them points now, Dave.
45th Super League meeting between these two sides. Leeds more than edging it, 26-18 in terms of victories. But in recent times, Catalan beginning to balance that particular sheet. So they're full of confidence here today, but finding themselves behind the 8 ball, having dominated the opening 25 minutes or so. It's Leeds who dominate the scoreboard. And here's Croft going right. Newman, the try scorer, the most recent try scorer of the two. And look at that, brilliant stuff over the top. And here comes the fullback Miller, but he's immediately swamped.
He just needed to get rid of it, did Miller?
Oh, he has. Has it gone to ground? Yes, it's gone to ground. He has got rid of it, somehow. Well, that was an adventurous third tackle, wasn't it, from Leeds?
Good fun.
Again, they're looking for the expansive play, but this time it's Holroyd who drops the ball. Again, his first match of the season.
Yeah, it was Artur Amano just disrupting the grip on the ball from Tom Holroyd. He comes up with the error. How good is the carry from Harry Newman coming back to the middle of the field? It's another error from Leeds. They're 10-0 up. 10-0 up. They weren't in the game for 20 minutes. Harry Newman's carry back to the middle of the field would fill defenders with dread. Seeing him bouncing back at you like that, the back end of a half.
Well, the missile is still hanging heavy overheadingly, but you have to applaud Leeds' attempts to play from deep inside their own half, don't you?
Yeah, they've not bothered about the conditions. They're not bothered about where they are on the field. There's obviously some method behind it, and it's worked for them here, hasn't it? But what's it built on, Dave? How well they've defended.
Yeah.
You can't do that and not defend.
Yeah,
so the defence has come up trumps for them here in this first half.
Got to back yourselves. Penalty here. It's going to be another set here. You can't imagine Catalan even thinking about going for goal.
Time is off. It's a penalty.
So it'll be another set that Leeds have to defend.
Time is off. It's not a what?
It's Holroyd joining the tackle. It's maybe Cameron Smith. The judge knows Andy Ackers. Look, does he swing one there? I mean, it looks.
Go back, please.
It's Desiree carrying it. Look, he's a handful. He bumps Ackers out of the tackle, and then he comes back in. There's not much in it.
No.
Doesn't catch him.
Video referee telling us it was open-handed.
Yeah, there's nothing in it.
So I think this will just remain as just a penalty.
It's an open arm, open hand. It's not forceful or dangerous. It's not forceful or dangerous.
Not forceful either. In fact, you might even be thinking, should it have been a penalty? Oh, they are going for two. Does this surprise you with 3.5 minutes to go? They are going for a goal.
Yeah, but their attack's been relatively blunt, maybe by design. Like I said, I think they might have come into this with a conservative mindset. There's a penalty. It looks pretty bad from that angle, but when you see it from the other angle, the video referee's nailed it here for me. There's not much in it. It's minimal contact, if there is contact at all. But interesting, the Catalan going for 2 points. You know,
What is the thinking behind this?
Just to get something on that board. Mentally, I think, to go in at half-time and have nothing from that half.
Behind.
If you were just looking statistically at this half of rugby, you would say Catalan are 10, 12-0 up.
Well, you would statistically, but is there not a case for going again and using Abdul's boot to try and get another set? Because there's still, even now, 2.5 minutes left. That's not the most convincing of kicks, but it has gone over. Scooped up. So 10 points to 2. And, of course, they're running the clock down on Tariq Sims being absent. But in that position?
Yeah, maybe a lack of ambition from Catalan. I'm sure Steve McNamara's got a bigger plan, hasn't he? He's spoke about building into games, playing the long game. But at some stage, you've got to score points. And will 2 before half-time be enough to keep him happy? You know, I just think they'll be disappointed with
As long as you're on the line.
how few opportunities the Rhinos have had and how they've come away with 10 points.
Stay behind. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, if we were using football statistics, 2 shots on goal and 2 goals for Leeds so far, and Catalan have had about 7 or 8 shots on goal, not all of them on target, but nothing to show in the column that counts. And Leeds doing a job here. It's again the problem with kicking a penalty. You have to defend it. You have to start your attack, I should say, right deep in your own half. But
you're still in contact there because you've got hold of his shirt. If you let go of his shirt, he can step back and play the ball. It's a penalty.
So a penalty here for Catalan, which helps them a little.
As Tom Holroyd just keeps hold of Chris Satte's shirt. Chris Satte reacts. I just don't think he needs to react in such a way. It's an overreaction there. It's a relatively minor incident.
Move! Hold here. Hold. Go on.
Here's
Don't
the
slow
Costa.
up now.
Catalan building from deep here, having to build from deep. Can they find themselves back where they've spent a lot of this half in strike position of that Leeds line? And can they find a way over, which they haven't been able to so far? Seguier, 3 to go.
Step back, James.
Da Costa, spinning it back. Abdul helping it on its way to Desiree, who's just putting himself into 4th gear, putting the head down and driving in. But the Leeds wall resists. It's back with Abdul. Now it's with Faj. Faj with a kick. Chases on, but should be easily covered, and is, by Lockie Miller. But he's going to be pushed dangerously close to his own goal line. Keeps it in the field of play.
It's that kick and chase tactic that Catalan are just going to. Looks like their only way to score points at the minute is to just kick the ball and chase.
Well, the application of pressure is not going to mean very much at this stage of the half. There's only 10 seconds to go, so they are not going to get the ball back here, Catalan. Leeds will be quite content to run the clock down. The hooter sounds before it's played. A blast of the whistle from Chris Kendall to confirm the end of the half. And I should imagine a fairly happy Rowan Smith, and less so Steve McNamara, because for all that Catalan have dominated field position, it is Leeds who lead by 10 points to 0 at half-time.
Dave John, thank you very much. Welcome rest for the players from the Leeds Rhinos and Catalan Dragons, and much to discuss with Jody Cunningham and Sam Tompkins after a short break. Should it have been a bin for Bentley? It was 10 minutes for Tariq, and we've had the Leeds Rhinos on the ropes for 25 minutes.
And that desire to protect the goal line, you know, I think they're going to be tough to score against.
We would expect the Dragons to respond.
Yeah, we would, but every question they've asked, the Leeds Rhinos defence has answered, so they might be left wondering right now, so it'll be interesting second half to see if they can turn it around.
And you'll enjoy that second half with our commentary team. We'll throw back to John Wilkin and to Dave Woods.
Thanks, Brian. A little sigh of disappointment that the risky offloads are off the agenda, John. We're looking forward to more of those in this second half.
I enjoyed looking at Sam Tompkins drowning in the rain down there.
There was a chuckle or two up here in the nice dry gantry, wasn't there?
There was.
Notice you're normally down there.
An element of smugness about my position today.
I think you'd see the weather forecast. Anyway, we're off, we're running. Catalan with some making up to do, trailing by 10 points to 2. But they are back to a full 13. Tariq Sims back on the field, having spent the latter end of that first half in the sin bin. I mean, what do they do different? Do they take a few more risks in their opponent's half, or what the Catalan need to do here?
I think the answer might be on the bench, and he's got a number 6 on his back, and that's Jaden Nikarima. I think if they want to unlock this game, they've got to make some tackle breaks and they've got to make some line breaks. At the minute, they are playing quite conservatively, but I think his running game could really open up the game for them.
At what point do you throw them on? Because you think that a lot of fuel has been pulled out of this Leeds tank because of all the defending they had to do. At what point is he effective, do you think?
I give him 10-15 minutes, let the game bite again, and then throw him in.
Abdul's kick, they just allowed Johnston to catch that because every Leeds player in that circle knew that they had that situation controlled. So they have it back here to Leeds.
Yeah, I think listening to Jenna's comments from Steve McNamara, he's keen for them just to stick with what's going on. So again, he spoke about patience and just building pressure. I don't think he'll be too upset with that first half performance. The majority of it went to plan, but as Sam Tompkins mentioned, you've got to back that game plan up with defending your line, which they couldn't do.
Yeah, it was 3 minutes, wasn't it, that this game has just hinged on. The Handley try, the Newman try scored back-to-back, and Sims sin-binning on the back of that second try. It's 3 minutes of madness, really. Having seen Catalan dominate up to that point. So Catalan know they can switch it around. Leeds know that they've got to keep the foot to the floor. And they're running out of tackles here inside their own half. That is the 5th. So a play the ball by McDonald, and here it comes. Oh, they're running in here, are they? Yes, they are. Croft bounces away. It's back inside for Newman, and eventually it's boot to ball. Yaha's across to catch.
Question for Owen Smith, define risky. His players might need a definition. What great defence though from Leeds off the back of an impromptu kick from Harry Newman. He follows it up with an aggressive chase.
Here's Johnston. To batter his way through, but no give there. These defenders working hard together. Fage, a dummy half, little skip and a step forward again. Leeds back the 10. Da Costa in at dummy half. Leeds moving up quickly here. Garcia goes arcing round that right-hand side. 2 to go. Again, still deep inside their own half, so again, it's going to be a boot from Abdul, you would think, at the end of this. And given those conditions, Abdul's boot could still have a very telling influence on this match today. He's got a good spin on it. That's a good claim from Lockie Miller. It's a wall of Catalan defenders up there, and Fage is the man who just punches out and makes the tackle.
Yeah, good solid set from Catalan, just putting Leeds into a tough area. Just demanding that Ash Handley, the Leeds outside backs, carry this ball with some strength and some footwork.
We're in an arm wrestle in the early stages of this second half. You have the ball, see what you can do. We have the ball, see what we can do. Neither side making too much of an impact on their opponents thus far. Here's Miller. Ackers. England international, of course, in that World Cup, which now seems an age away. Well, they're saying 40 metres, but it was a 40-20 attempt, but that was always going to be covered by Johnston. And Catalan, well, they are in a decent position here to start their set.
Yeah, and I think for the Catalan to break Leeds down, I think ball movement obviously is essential, but they're going to have to break some tackles. They're going to have to carry the ball with some power and some strength. And I just think that maybe Theo Fage and Jordan Abdul can just switch their mindset, just be a bit more ambitious with the ball.
Cavalli making himself a bit of a handful. Edging closer here with still a few tackles to go. Tessaria just bulldozes his way. So this could be an interesting end to the set here. Abdul again. It's just settled in by Tariq Sims, so 10 away. Abdul's come left, Da Costa goes right. It's right down the middle, and they've opened them up with Satai. Well, I think Leeds were anticipating a ball to Abdul and a kick. What they didn't anticipate was Satai just going right through the middle of them.
Yeah, I said about having to break tackles, and for them to score points, they're going to have to make line breaks and break tackles. Well, Chris Satai just showing us how to do that. He's a big man, and he's got great speed off the mark. and he just finds a soft part of the line. Just drops inside James McDonald's right-hand shoulder, and it's between Bentley and McDonald. There's not enough urgency there between them both. It's a smart play from Da Costa. Jordan Abdul's set up on the left, and everything he's saying, the ball's going to Jordan Abdul. Well, Steve McNamara and the Catalan Dragons knew it wasn't going there. It was going to this man. How important the timing of that score just 5 minutes into this second half.
And his first try as a Catalan player for Satai. And that turns the game on its head again here.
It does, yeah. And the first time that Leeds have been vulnerable on their own line, and it's with the least amount of movement of the ball that Catalan have done. It's literally a show left, step back right, and a big man punching onto the ball. That's caused Leeds the most problems out of anything here.
Here comes Morg, just showing the ball with his arm where he wants it to fly, and then with the boot, he sends it in the right direction. And it's narrowed the gap again, 10 points to 8. The difference, just a goal. Satai, a try scorer.
Yeah, and it's just that look from Da Costa. You can't really see on the angle, but it's that look that just distracts the markers and gets James Bentley out of the play where he can't get involved. He's too big and too strong to stop from 5 yards there.
Well, there aren't a lot of Catalan supporters here, but they'll be a little sodden at the moment at the Western Terrace, won't they?
Just a bit.
But enjoying that moment and enjoying the fact that their team are right back in this now.
Move, Cam! Hold ball carrier.
Da Costa. Looking left again. Carted forward by Desiree. Desiree wants to get up and play it quickly here. And out it comes from Morg, and Morg's going to have a look. Morg with a dummy, almost cutting through. Da Costa again. And now they've got a bit of momentum here, Catalan. Now they're coming forward. And Satai again, causing mayhem. Da Costa takes over. It's with Abdul. Abdul right up to the line. The pass away. Did it hit a Leeds man?
It's a turnover.
It's a turnover.
It's a turnover.
But that was thrilling stuff from Catalan again.
Yeah, and just see the impact of Chris Satai.
It's a turnover because it's gone into touch.
It's, yeah, just this carry. He just picks Cam Smith out, goes, have that. Andy Ackers, get out the way. Harry Newman takes 3 or 4 men to stop him, and it's just exhausting having to deal with him.
Well, James McDonald back today for his first game, but Jenna, you have news.
Yeah, I do, Dave. He has just gone straight down the tunnel for a head injury assessment. I can tell you, though, that every player out there either has the instrumented mouth guard or through a medical dispensation, they will, if they pass a head injury assessment, be able to return for today's game.
Thanks, Jenna. Look where Catalan are. Really piling on the pressure again here. Smashed in by Desiree. Held up 5 away. Da Costa stands and waits. Another set of 6 here. Another wave. Abdul puts it back to Morg. Morg now tries to force his way through, sliding through. But the ball's gone to ground. Leeds defence with another big win. And they've had a few of those today.
Yeah, Catalan have consistently hit those lead runners. Well, it gets all the way out the back to Archie Morg. It just fumbles it in contact. Steve McNamara frustrated. I do think with these conditions, maybe Steve McNamara's initial plan of being direct, of hitting lead runners, of using his big men, might be the most effective strategy for Catalan. Disappointing error there. But the momentum in this game has shifted, Dave. We can sense it now. That south stand has quietened down. Catalan in the right end of the field. Leeds get the opportunity to get out of there.
But they've been here very often, and they've not had a lot of rewards. Leeds have shown courage without the ball and an incisive strike rate with ball in hand.
You're going to have to show a lot more courage here, Dave, you feel.
Ackers sweeping it up. Leeds advancing through Handley, but not by far. Ackers again. Big effort. This time by Sangaré, and there's a bobble, and there's a mistake, and that's a common theme in this game as well as Catalans get it back.
Can we just talk about Desiree? Because This young Catalan forward, for me, has been exceptional at the start of the year. He flies into that contact. He chops Sangare, Justin Sangare, who's a big man, and it's that contact there. It's more than that, it's the intensity of this man getting off his line. High work rate from him. Obviously carries the ball very powerfully, but a huge defensive effort there.
So here we go again, Catalan in prime position, but what can they make of it? Can they find a way through here?
Move!
5 tackles to go.
Oh, that's ball carrier's got hold of it. Wait, go.
It's DaCosta at dummy half. It's carried in by Satai. Satai with a big push. And they're getting closer and closer. DaCosta spinning it out to Abdul. Abdul steps back on the inside. Here's Desaria. Does well to get away and get the ball away. And Garcia carries it on a step or two. Leeds defence in panic mode here, but doing well. Holding on. DaCosta back to Abdul. Abdul with a short pass. Leeds defence was ready, more than ready, as Sims is stopped and pushed back. But DaCosta goes again. Garcia looks to try and thread his body between those defenders. They aren't going to give. Not easily. Last play. DaCosta out. Abdul slides it in. Frawley got a touch. Abdul drops on it.
It's accidental offside. It's come off Reece Martin into Andy Ackers. It's an accidental offside.
Accidental offside, so that's head and feet at the scrum or a handover. It's a 6 tackle, isn't it? So it's a handover, a scrum rather.
Where do you want the scrum, boys?
More possession. Jordan Abdul just looks to thread it. It comes off Frawley.
Where do you want it? That's right.
And then Reece Martin touches Andy Ackers, so he's accidentally offside. So Catalan get another stab here.
It's a turnover, boys. That's what I thought. It's a turnover.
Well,
play the ball.
The referee has changed his mind. He gave a scrum.
Just a turnover.
And now he's giving it as a turnover.
Reece!
Same outcome in many respects. Catalan have it back.
Yeah.
And here they come with Desaria, with the initial carry. And another set for Leeds to try to defend here.
Wait.
It's DaCosta. He's going to go himself here, the hookup.
Same again, wasn't it? Look left, went back right. Satai was there again. It's a high shot from Sangare, just desperate. Desperate. Moderate, not much in that, it's just a penalty.
The boos, I think, from the Leeds crowd are because they can sense the referee's getting some information from the video referee.
It's a high shot, that's all.
Video referee's having a good scan of this. Here we go. See what the referee has to say to Justin Sangare.
I'll talk it through first, you can talk after. Okay, mate, it's contact with the head. The only mitigating factor is that it's low-level force. It's 10 minutes in the bin. No way, so... Yeah, mate. What? The score's irrelevant, mate. The score is irrelevant.
So Justin Sangare is away for 10 minutes, and this could hurt Leeds, because Catalan in great position here, and Leeds are down a big man to try and resist what's coming their way.
Yeah,
but they're going for goal.
Yeah, I agree. Well, they've been conservative with the decision-making all night. There's no surprise for me there, they go for goal. I will say this in mitigation. DaCosta drops his height to sort of bury over the line. Justin Sangare is 6'5". They just hit him high.
Martin Morg has a fancy kicking style. He lofts it high. And we're back to where we started from, parity, 10 points apiece.
Yeah, big moments. Sangare has got 10 minutes on the bench. Obviously, Tariq Sims has been on there for Catalan with his high shot on Harry Newman as he crossed the line earlier. But the game swung. Importantly, though, for Leeds, they've not conceded a try there. Catalan have just took the 2. Managing this next 10 minutes is going to be crucial for Leeds.
That is a great pick-up from Lockie Miller. Heading towards the touchline. Flight was perfect. Could not have been more difficult for Matt Icovalo. And Leeds have been asked where they would like the scrum to be placed.
Well, a fantastic kickoff is Ikevalu's in all sorts running towards that. He was watching it swirl and sway in the wind that's blowing across this field. Didn't get anywhere near it.
Come forwards, please, Catalan. Come forwards.
So, punch, and now potential counter-punch here from Leeds.
Ball in, shot clock off. Out!
Frawley to Croft. Croft with a step, almost. Into dummy half. I think for the first time today, Jared O'Connor's on the field.
Kept hold. Dominate!
Catalan with a bit of strength in defence. O'Connor again. Smith with a short one. Holroyd can't get through.
Bird, move, crease! Hold here.
Here comes O'Connor. They're attacking with Momirovski. This is Smith. Smith put down. O'Connor stands and waits again. He's got Miller on the inside. Lockie Miller switches it back. Here comes Croft now. Croft up to the line. The kick through. The chase. But Johnston has it. Johnston can't get away from Bentley. Bentley's hanging on. Johnston's fighting. But Catalan start from there. And they're a man down in that dummy half position as well because, well, they have a penalty here. But Catalan down because Ulrich da Costa has gone up for a head injury assessment as well.
Brings Nicarima into the field as a penalty against here. It's James Bentley or Harry Newman for just putting hands in on the ruck. Harry Newman's deemed to just go and flop onto that. Referees have been quite strong on that this year. Leeds fans aren't happy.
Referee, I'm not sure who that was directed at, whether it was Bentley or Newman, but it was... Oh, touch judge is right on there, touching.
Get in there.
Having a look, making sure that ball was kept safe.
But that man Nicarima's on.
This is getting fiery now. Leeds defence looking to Ratland. Catalans go forward. Garcia hunting back. Bentley's there again with the tackle. Nicarima now picks up and scoots it. Morg, Arthur Morg into the arms of Croft, going no further. And one play to go. Nicarima picks up slowly. Oh, in fact, 2 plays to go. My miscount. So this is Morg. 6 again. 6 plays to go. Here comes Farge. Drops it sneakily. Back on the inside again for Desiree. Nicarima as Leeds retreat back 10 metres. Nicarima feeding on the big fella. Satai! Bulldozing through again. Just held up short. Leeds only just hanging on now. Farge with a quick pass. But before Moore can get it away, he lets the ball slip. And that's a huge opportunity that passes Catalan by.
Yeah, they've just got to ice one of these chances. It's Farge to Morg. It's a great defensive read from Ash Hanley. Momorowski's coming in. Hanley's just got to come up with something. He just gets in Morg's eye line. Maybe Farge's pass wasn't quite on the money, but just superb scrambled defence from the Leeds Rhinos. The performance here defensively at times has been exquisite. They've shut Catalan down, reduced the number of opportunities they've had to have, genuinely try scoring opportunities. Chris Satai's looked dangerous, Dave, hasn't he, since he's been on? He's breaking tackles left, right and centre.
Let's go, head in.
That could be a big moment for Leeds.
Head in, James, head in. Let's go, ball in.
Frawley with a feed. Leeds with more hard work to do. Catalan looking to pin them here. Starting well in that respect. Slowing it all down, South Stand getting involved. They're not enjoying what they're seeing at the moment. Well, scrambles up to his feet. Now it's with Croft. Croft tries to step inside, but Nicarima's got him. And he's got him good. Desiree coming in on the second attempt.
Back there. Back up.
There's some blood flowing now, John.
Yeah, it's Brodie Croft, just so dangerous. He's got dynamite in his right foot. Desiree is coming from the inside. Just again, just to back up Sam Tompkins, there's sometimes not a lot of place for those. It's when a player's falling to the ground to go. It's definitely high. Desiree's had a fantastic game, but the Leeds fans are feeling aggrieved at the minute. They feel like the officials haven't got it right on a number of occasions.
Jordan!
This is a big call now.
Jordan.
Is Jordan going to be following Justin into the sin bin?
Okay, similar as the other one, the only mitigation is it's low-level force. It's 10 minutes in the bin.
He is.
Yeah, I agree.
Desiree and Sangare populating that sin bin on either side of the dugouts. Catalan down to 12.
He's got to expect some drop from the ball player. So the mitigation is
10-10 the scoreline, 12 men apiece on the field. Everything to play for with 21 minutes left to play.
Yeah, and that's just the pressure Brodie Croft puts on your defensive line as a running threat. Desiree's had an exceptional game as well. A stunning game from him. Disappointing to be put in the bin there, but that's what Brodie Croft can do. Just stress your defensive line out, milk a penalty that's then turned into a sin bin with 21 minutes to go.
Where's it going, John? Where is this game going? Well, I'll tell you where. Lewis Roberts is going nowhere. But where's this game going?
Yeah, well,
offside against Catalan, not square at the marker.
It's big. Just got a situation that's unfolding really with the head contacts. And I think everybody is on board with it, that we don't want to see them. We've just got to get the application right. I don't think we're quite there yet.
Harry Newman's getting fired up, he really is. Leeds are getting fired up, and so are the South Stand. And well, it was going to be Bentley who carried it in, but it was over his head to Croft. Croft now with a dash and a dart. Leeds in great position, 30 out, 5 tackles to go. Frawley opposite back inside to Smith. Now it's Ruan. Up gets O'Connor. Smith back to Frawley, inside for Bentley. Well met by the Catalan defence.
Tariq Sim's contact is exceptional.
Up and back to Frawley. Frawley now, looking left, and with good optimism, but the kick is going to evade off the boot of Moborowski, going to evade the chasers, and it will be Catalan who get it back. And Ulrich da Costa, we are being told, has passed his HIA. It is McDonnell. McDonnell has passed his HIA, so that's good news for Leeds.
Yeah, I just think a poor kick from Moborowski there. You know, his third tackle. I just think they need to get points now, don't they? The Leeds, they could need to ice another opportunity. They need to get back on that scoreboard and just arrest the momentum, which has been heavily in Catalan favour. Obviously, Desiree going off might help that. They're going to have to make or create or take a chance here with the Leeds Rhinos to win this game.
10 metres, wait, go free.
There's Nicarima out of dummy half. Garcia with another carry. 3 Leeds defenders there. He's trying to get the arms free, but can't do so. Smith did a good job of pinning him down, but he can't get a hold of Nicarima, can't Smith? And Catalan, oh, that's knocked on. Catalan will get it back here. It'll be another set. Oh, in fact, the referee says still 4. Says there wasn't a Leeds hand on that. Johnston.
Well, it was definitely
money
touched.
that Leeds have got hands on that.
It was definitely touched by Harry Newman.
Abdul puts it high. Needs must on the 6th. Miller with a catch. Handley wrapped up. Simply no space in which to work there. Ash Handley.
Yeah, you can see Harry Newman, it's Busquets offloads the ball. Jordan Abdul with the quick hands. Harry Newman touches it. Harry Newman touches it, and a bit of fortune for Leeds. They'll feel like they deserve that. The amount of effort that they've put into this game, maybe they've earned a bit of luck.
Could be something special that wins this one way or another. Here's Martin. Oh, lovely little flick from him back to Miller. But Catalan readjusts quickly. O'Connor spinning it right back. Frawley. Well, he was inside the 40 when he let that fly, but it has just gone a foot too far.
Oh, credit to the kick pressure from Catalan Dragons. They put Matt Frawley under all sorts of pressure. He had to change his kick, he had to adjust, change his launch angle, go higher than he wanted to. And that disruption has resulted in a big play. He's kicked it straight out. Catalan get the ball.
Touches on again, other side this time. We'd lost the ball for a moment.
It wasn't that bad a kick, Dev. Only just missed the pitch. It was in the Headingley vicinity.
Okay, we are. Okay, yeah.
Just as Sangare is back on the field, you'll notice very shortly. So they are back to 13. Catalan have got another 6 or 7 minutes with only 12. Here's Busquets.
Held! Ruiz to Leon! Hold. Go to.
Nicarima, oh, a little skid out to that left-hand side, and a real dart from him as well. He's so fleet of foot. Abdul throwing it back to Faj. Faj out to Moore, but no way through as Ikubalo is put down by the squeeze of those Leeds defenders. So Yaha hurls it back towards the middle. Faj has to leap. Busquets now. Faj. This time it's Sims. Sims straightens it up, looking back for the middle, spinning away. One play to go in this set. Nicarima again. Abdul looking for some magic off that left boot. Threads it in nicely. Newman's got it, and he's just about got it in the field of play. Well done, Harry Newman.
What a big play from Harry Newman. That's a massive play. It's a gorgeous kick from Abdul. And this extra effort from Harry Newman to get the ball out could be massive for the Leeds Rhinos. Look at this. Look at this. Big effort in wet conditions to get that ball out.
Here's Hanley. Reece Martin throwing it wide. Momorowski's out there. Lone figure on that left-hand side. Catalan across, cutting down his options very quickly. Hanley, 1 today. 4 for the competition. Maybe fancied another long-range score, but Catalan quickly thwarting those ambitions. It's with Smith, and now it's with Croft. And here's Newman, and Newman away to his winger. The ball bounces back. Newman into the hands of Ruin, and now an opportunity. Leon Ruin gets it away to Frawley. Catalan recovering superbly well, but Leeds are flowing here. Smith picks it up quickly. There might be a shortage of numbers. There is a shortage of numbers, and guess who pounces when the opportunity arises? He's prolific this year. Ash Hanley with another, and Leeds have got a bit of daylight now with 14 minutes left to play.
Stop the risky offloads, Rowan Smith says. Reduce the amount of risky passes, Rowan Smith says. Well, Ash Hanley and Leeds Rhinos didn't listen. He's had risk written all over it. The boot moved the ball early. It's Crofts and Newman. I love this from Lewis Roberts. The hack ahead. You take your chance, you get your luck. Newman picks it up. And it was ruined through the middle of the field with a great offload to Matt Frawley. And at this stage, Leeds are running hot. They've remembered what their identity is. What about that from Cam Smith? Perfectly judged. Beautiful flight on it. And this is Leeds Rhinos when they're at the very best. Don't forget about the conditions, Dave. 2 or 3 offloads, a risky kick, and a beautiful long pass to find the prolific Ash Hanley.
5 for the season now for Ash Hanley. Him and Liam Marshall leading the way in try scoring in the opening rounds. Liam Marshall got a hat-trick last night. Here comes Martin. Kick from the touchline. Swings it in. Well, there we go. Reece Martin's goal. 16 points to 10.
Yeah, excellent from Ash Hanley. It's a finish. Cam Smith, great vision, and took a risk. Threw the long pass came up with the goods. Look, Ash Hanley's delighted, Leeds Rhinos are delighted, and we're all certain Rowan Smith is delighted too.
Have Catalan got a counter-punch?
They need something now, Dave, you know, they're in a tricky spot here.
Abdul's kick, Rowan, very much at the heart of that last break. Will bring it back.
Ben Alric's way. Go on.
And Headingley is entranced with what they're watching at the moment in this Betfred Super League round 3 game. It's been one of the better games of the competition so far this year.
Brilliant stuff.
But they are two top quality performers, these two teams, and they're giving us what we expected.
Go for. Clear for. Clear.
Here's Martin.
5. Move!
O'Connor, Frawley, just looking for height and depth, more with a catch. Johnson looks to bring it back, but look at that discipline from Leeds.
Great
In a
chance.
line.
Yeah, and they've been disciplined defensively in the main all of this afternoon and defended the line fantastically well, and they're just going to need for the next 12 minutes to commit to finishing this disciplined defensive performance. And what a result this would be for the Leeds Rhinos if they can hold out.
Catalan 100%ers so far this season, 2 wins out of 2, but Leeds would match them in terms of victories in the year so far if they could hold on and win this. Acosta back on the field. Catalan advancing, but it's taken them 5 tackles to get here. It's back with Abdul. Again, it's high. Nicky Miller has the time to have a look downfield because he knew it was so high before he refocused on the ball coming down into his arms.
10 metres. Wait, Jordan.
Desiree back, and Catalan will return to 13 as well, so it's a proper rugby league match now. 13 aside with 11 minutes left to play.
We're on now.
Move! 3.
There's Roberts.
Jordan, you're not square!
Pick up. Desiree wasn't square, which allowed the fullback Miller to have a little more of a run at him than he might have done. Martin is tangled up by those cluster of defenders that come at him quickly. Here's O'Connor. Has to be patient. Played the ball slow. It's with Croft. Croft with a dummy! Oh, and I think there was a tackle on Desiree before he got the ball. Yes, there was. Yaha committed early. And Leeds get a penalty.
Yeah, it was Yaha who just made the decision to just give Sangare's shirt a tug. It was Croft who's just threatened and looked class and had quality about him for Leeds Rhinos. It's Yaha makes the call. It's a professional foul, tugs him back, knows that if he doesn't, Sangare's in the clear.
Tap and go. Second strike here for Leeds will possibly put the game out of sight. Though there are still plenty of minutes to play. 9 and a bit. But Leeds setting up camp. Is it too early to think about a drop goal here? Make it a 2-score game. O'Connor, 6 again. They won't be thinking about a drop goal for a while yet because they can have a go at the full 6. Smith in. O'Connor waits. Frawley's to his left. This is taken in by Sangare with some power. Catalan gritting teeth and making tackles. Now it comes to Martin, but chopped down in defence. Good defensive work from Catalan, but it's another set of 6. Holding down by Nicarima. Leeds come again in the shape of Goudemont. O'Connor. Options left and right. Frawley back to Smith. Smith now. Hand from Catalan, I think. Ball's gone backwards. Still going backwards. Still going backwards. And eventually, oh, well, no, it's not. Somewhere in there it went forwards.
Wow, pick the bones out of that. Ball's on the floor for more than it was in people's hands for stages there. Chris Kendall said that it's definitely knocked down initially.
Yeah, definitely.
What was that?
There's a question whether Frawley's knocked it. That must be that one from Lachlan Miller that's been pulled.
I misheard what he said. He's saying Catalan knocked the ball down.
No, it's Catalan who've knocked this down. He's got it wrong. Seguier knocks the ball down. You see Leeds get possession here for sure.
My bad, fellas.
Miscommunication turns into good communication. The referee misheard his call from the touch judge, but he's righted it.
We got there. We got there eventually.
Don't start pushing me in the ruck. Come on. It's 2 on the bounce. Head down, heads in. Heads in. Arter, bowling.
Leeds have a chance to strike. This is Newman. No obstruction there. Looking for a bit of disengagement from that Catalan defence. And Harry Newman is making it all with magic. But Catalan across to make the tackle. 6 again. Early in the count. Hanley goes for a hat-trick. No way. Not on this occasion. O'Connor. Back to Frawley. Straightened up by Goudemont. 5 out, and Leeds pumped with confidence at the moment. O'Connor. But that rushing Catalan defence shuts down the options for Rhys Martin. It's back with Frawley. It's Smith. And now it's on by Sangare. But not a lot made up in that little interchange of passes. Penalty. And it's going to be a sin binning as well. Roman Neverett given his marching orders for the next 10. That's him gone for the game.
Yeah, it was a procession of 6 agains and penalties for interference in the ruck for the Catalan Dragons, who were just gripping on to the closing stages of this game with their fingertips. Couldn't get away from them. But this was the last of several penalties for interference. It's just a slight tug by Roman Neverett.
Well, Cameron Smith was urging them to carry on, I think, here. But instead they're kicking for goal.
Of course they're kicking for goal. There's absolutely no doubt they're kicking for goal. Crazy call not to do that. 8 points up, 6 minutes to go.
So Rhys Martin, one of the easier attempts he's had today, and over it goes. His name echoes around the south stand and beyond, and Leeds might just have a winning lead here, because with 6 minutes left to play, they lead by 18 points to 10.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Leeds attacking the Catalan line. They're 16 points to 10 up, but when they've had the ball, I've enjoyed watching Croft and Frawley and Cam Smith all combined. Rowan Smith, we'll know how important that combination of players are going to be for him if Leeds are going to do anything this year.
Well, Abdul went short, but Momorowski defuses that bomb, and Leeds are back in possession.
Yeah, he'll be delighted with the defensive effort. Rowan Smith will just be buzzing with how his side defended in that first half.
Momorowski again. Grand final winner with Penrith, wasn't he, just a couple of years ago, Paul Momorowski? Shoulder injury last year, only a few games in the NRL with the Roosters, but Leeds are very happy with the man they've signed. There's O'Connor. Frawley to Croft. Croft with a dodge. Gets it away to Bentley, but still the swarm is on from the Catalan defence. 5 minutes to go. O'Connor, oh, that was untidy. Touch judge on. Incorrect play the ball.
I'll explain it.
James Bentley.
There is some hands on you, but that doesn't warrant you throwing yourself to the ground like a footballer.
Yeah, he's just
incorrect. Play the ball there.
He's tried to milk one. Jordan Abdul nudges him. James Bentley tries to milk one, and it's backfired, hasn't it?
Okay, go.
Described as looking like a footballer by the referee, isn't it? So for a tough second row forward.
Not a good look, James.
Well, there's still time in the game. Catalan need to strike twice, but they need to hurry. Segrier. Da Costa. Here's Abdul. Segrier, in amongst all those Leeds defenders, is going no further. Da Costa dancing left to Nicarima. Nicarima with a bit of a spurt again. He just fancies taking them on, but Bentley's skirting with him and pulls him down. Da Costa on the inside. Now it comes back to Tariq Sims, who's carrying hard and with determination. 1 to go. Da Costa leads defence out quickly. Catalan doing well to keep it alive. Nicarima goes hunting back from where that defensive effort was made. Abdul now with a carry, looking for the handoff. Can't get it away. Leeds defence rounds him up, puts him out of play. Abdul and Bentley, not on the friendliest of terms. Well, the referee's got some sorting out to do again here.
Leeds celebrating that collective defence that they've showed all day. James Bentley's heavily involved. You just know he's going to be around it. Whenever there's a melee of people, you see that tufty, taped head come peering out the other side. Abdul runs. Last play, and it's Lewis Roberts, Bentley, Cam Smith all work really hard together, and then it is Abdul nudges Bentley into the advertising audience. Frustration from Jordan Abdul. Frustration.
Well, the video referee at the moment is trying to make sense of this. And he's communicating with the referee.
Captain James Bentley. Captain Jordan Abdul.
The referee being advised not to overreact
We've
here.
got a captain for Catalan, is it, Jordan?
Captain, boys, captain.
Have you made up already, lads? Yeah. I had the same conversation at the very start of the game. We're having the same conversation at the end of the game. We just don't need that, do we? Think about what we're doing. Don't need it. It's going to be a penalty against Catalan for the first push. All right? No more.
Well, the ref simply get on with it. Penalty for Leeds. 3 minutes to go.
You know,
Leeds will feel fairly confident from here.
Yeah, James Bentley's skill is getting under players' skins, and look, he competes hard. On the field, competes so hard, gets under players' skins. Maybe Jordan Abdul's just bitten, nibbled at the wrong time.
So they're on the last play again here. More. Nicarima. And it goes to Abdul. Going to try something a little different here. Fuad Yaha's chasing this, but Hanley's there. Catches safely. And Leeds will see the game out now in this final 20 seconds.
Yeah, as the sun just peers its head out of the clouds for the first time this evening. If you just joined us in the closing minutes, don't be fooled. It's been a dreadful conditions. Both sides struggle with that, but some performance here from Leeds Rhinos.
O'Connor goes out of dummy half. Quite happy to take it on. Hooter will sound. A shake of hands. Chef Walker and Rowan Smith up there on the coaching balcony. Leeds have done a job here. They had to absorb so much pressure from Steve McNamara's side in the opening 25 minutes, but given the opportunity, they struck twice. They had a half-time lead that they never relinquished, and this is a terrific win for Leeds here today. 2 wins out of 3. And Leeds winners by 18 points to 10.
Dave, John, thank you very much. Dave Woods, Jody Cunningham, Sam Tompkins. Dave has described it as a terrific win, and there's so much more to it than just that and 2 points. For Leeds Rhinos, this could be one of the wins, or the win that sparks this season.
Yeah, really important win for Leeds. I thought Catalan would have too much today, and I think that was a gutsy performance by Leeds. They all dug in, team performance, everyone stood up today to a really tough Catalan side.
Not a lot went their way, the Leeds Rhinos. An awful lot of defending to do against one of the best sides in the competition. Not just so far in this early stages, but over the last few years. They stood up, they absorbed it, and they threw punches back.
Yeah, I imagine Leeds will take massive confidence from that. You know, they've come into this game as underdogs and come out on top. That's been quite a rarity for Leeds over recent years. It's been the opposite way around. They've looked like they should be winning games and they've ended up losing. So, yeah, they'll take a lot from this, and I'm sure this will be the catalyst for a decent run of rugby.
we always say it's built on defensive foundations. If you could defend like they did for the opening 20 minutes of the first half, and then again in the face of a Catalan Dragons onslaught at the start of the second half, although they did concede that Chris Sate try, it was still on the whole a great defensive Leeds effort.
It was, and I think having a good defensive effort is really important for confidence going through the rest of the season. You can always rely back on that when you're trying to build confidence, when you're having some tough times, that they can do it against some of the best players in the Super League, and that, I think, will go a long way in Leeds season.
We're complimenting Leeds, and we're also, I suppose, applying a little bit of pressure. We said at the start of the season there could be no excuses this year for the Leeds Rhinos. Much improved squad from the 2023 edition. Now they've shown us what they can do against elite opposition in trying circumstances.
Yeah, it's about continuing that, isn't it? You know, we're expecting Leeds to have a big season. Everybody's tipped them to be a lot better than they were last year, and on the first few weeks of the season, I'd say that's the way it's going to be.
Okay. Well, the Leeds Rhinos faithful have enjoyed that, and I'm sure there was at times they thought they may have seen it slip away as the Dragons dragged it back to 10 points apiece.